New Director of Public Prosecution. The move comes after his appointment was approved by Parliament. Igonga will be taking over from Nuruddin Haji, who is now the current Director of the National Intelligence Service. He is expected to serve for a period of 8 years. All right, moving on. Kenya today marked 10 years since the Westgate Mall September 21st, 2013 attack that claimed the lives of about 67 people and left more than 100 injured. Speaking at an event meant to honor and remember the victims, the Private Security Regulatory Authority Director General Fazul Mohammed spoke on the importance of private security firms, who he said have since emerged as invaluable allies to the national security organs during emergencies and tragedies. The DG led the media to a tour of about 4 shopping malls where he inspected the level of preparedness by the private security officers.
Private security officers have for years been a reassuring presence in almost all spheres of our economic and society. This broad and deep penetration of PSOs, the average number, as we are talking today, of private security officers in the country is almost 1 million boots on the ground. Coupled with their daily interaction with fellow citizens across all social strata, strategically places the officers at the center of raw intelligence, giving them an unfettered access to a treasure of information vital to our planning and other security measures.
Elsewhere, police in Oljororok area in Nyandarua County are holding a middle-aged man after allegedly slitting his 2-year-old daughter's throat following a domestic squabble with his wife. Confirming the incident, Nyandarua County Commander Omar Arero said the two had separated, but that did not stop the suspect from attacking their daughter, whose body has been taken to JM Kariuki Hospital mortuary.
Baba mtoto wa miaka 2.5 aliweza kufanyia kinyama mtoto na kuweza kupiga yeye mtoto hadi kukata kichwa akijua kwa sababu alikosana na mamake. So sisi kama maafisa wa polisi tulipata hiyo habari kutoka kwa member of the public. Tuliweza kureact very fast na tukaweza kutafuta mtu na baba anaitwa James Mwangi alias Gabi, na tukaweza kushika katika hii eneo la Kasuku mwendo wa 2:30. Alikuwa mkosana na mama, hata wakawachana. Mama akahamia huko pale Nakuru. So juzi mama alipokuja pale sehemu za Ngano kumtembelea mtoto ambaye aliwacha na nyanyake, yeye akapata mama akiwa na mwingine ambaye alimuoa baadaye.
Quite sad. Moving on, hundreds of Budalangi residents have been affected by floods following heavy rains that continue to pound the area. The residents are concerned about their safety and have urged the government to intervene. However, they have pointed an accusing finger to the government following what they claim are empty promises, noting that the government promised to build permanent bridges as a solution to the Budalangi flood crisis, but that has not been achieved.
Hii sasa ni maji mara ya 3. Sasa sisi tunalia hii maji sijui hata itaisha lini, kuanzia mwezi wa 3 mpaka sasa hizi ni mwezi wa 9 inakaribia mwezi wa 10. Sisi tunadhirika na maji. Maji natusumbua. Tunahama kutoka huko Mabinzu, Buwanga, Malomba, Rukala, Bukeki, Mukumwanda na pia Mudimbia. Mudimbia kwenyewe mahali ambapo mjumbe amesaliwa pia yote imefurika na maji. Hiyo daiki imesemwa itatengenezwa. Wakubwa wa serikali wamesha kuja hapa na magari na kuja hapa inaangalia, wanapiga picha. Asisa ni chifu wetu wanakuja nayo hapa, wanaangalia, wanapiga mapicha.
I'm advising the government to come forth with the immediate effect and see how the situation is.
There's very little we are doing. There's some specific machines which are used to desilt those entrances so that there are channels moving into the lake. But you see, we are just busy putting dikes. There is a study which has been done over years, which nobody is following. You know, the problem with the Kenyans is that whoever comes in the power starts afresh. They never go back to the records. Let them go back to the records, check and see why do we have floods in Bunyala all the time.
Pesa zetu za kufanya permanent dike na kujenga canals to mitigate the floods zimekwama kwa mvuka ya nani.
On to other news, the Kenya Muslims National Advisory Council, led by Sheikh Juma Ngao, has criticized the national government's plan to privatize portions of the port of Mombasa, citing that the move could be an insult to the coastal economy. This comes just a day after Mombasa governor criticized the move, vowing to not allow any privatization at the port of Mombasa. KPA Managing Director William Ruto on Monday submitted proposals to privatize portions of the Mombasa and Lamu ports.
Hatuwezi kubebwa kifalafala na bandari. Ni lazima tujue feasibility gani ilofanywa kuonesha ya kwa hii bandari ya kwa leo wanataka kuibinafsisha. Kwa nini wasiende kubinafsisha Kenya Airways ili ndege nyingine zije kuingia hapa Mombasa? Mkiona ya kwa kaunti ya Mombasa imeajiri vijana, mkiona ya kwa tunajaribu kila njia, mkiona ya kwa bei ya leseni tumeweza kuipunguza, mkiona ya kwa ile fedha ya kulipwa na tuktuk na matatu tumeweza kupunguza, sio kwa sababu hatuhitaji fedha, lakini in the laws of economics there is the principle of diminishing returns. Tena tunawaita, hatuwaiti kuja kwenu, tunawaita muje kwetu, muje kutuambia haya fununu ambao kwamba tunazisikia kuhusiana na bandari. What is the take of the county of Mombasa in this whole transaction? Haya watu wa Mombasa hawezi kubeba kiholela kuholela. We will master the voice of the people against the voice of dictatorship in this country. Never, 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 ever take us for granted.
All right, now let us shift gears. Kiringa residents in Kirinyaga County are in mourning after a 26-year-old man drowned in River Kiringa while taking a selfie in the company of his friends. However, his body is still missing. Residents say that they heard loud screams coming from the river, and when they rushed to the scene, the man was seen drowning. However, they tried to save him, but all in vain. According to a resident, Moshira Gatimo, the river was flooded because of the rains that continue to pound the area.
Siku ya jana tulipatwa na janga la haraka sana. Tulisikia watu wakipiga nduru, tuliweza kufika hapa kwa haraka. Tulijaribu kadri kwa uwezo wetu, lakini hatukufuzu kumuokoa. Sasa ndio tungeuliza watu wanaojua mambo ya kuogelea, divers, at least wakuja wasaidie tutoe huyu kijana kwa maji.
Mto unaona jana ikuwa na maji hivyo, saa hii mto imeanza kupata maji. Kwa hivyo acha tuseme mvua ikanyesha, mto itafurika, itakuwa ngumu sana kumtoa hapo ndani. Hii ni eneo mzuri sana, kuna mpaka makao ni mzuri, tunakuja kujifurahisha, lakini ningewaomba tu wakikuja wanajihadhari. Juu tukienda msimu wa mvua mto inaweza furika, hivyo wanajihadhari, na bado wamewekewa ilani huku kwa miti, ni precaution, so wafuate, wajaribu tu kutilia maanani.
Na hii mto ni hatari sana, wakati kwanza iko na flood, mvua ikinyesha sio miaka mingi inaweza enda, mvua inaweza malizika bila ya hii mto kubeba mtu. Tunasikianga hivi na tunaona ni hatari. Hata kama sasa ikifurand, hata hapa unaona tunasimama, hatuwezi kuwa hapa, maji inakuanga huko. Ni mto hatari sana kwa vile imetoka huko juu kabisa kwa mlima. Hata hakuna mto ingine iko hapa karibu imetoka huko. Inaitwa River Kiringa.
Now let us cross borders. President William Ruto and Haiti's Prime Minister Ariel Henry today witnessed the signing of the agreement to establish diplomatic relationships between the two countries in New York, United States of America. The agreement was signed by the Minister Jean-Victor Genou's Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Alfred Mutua to enable cooperation in areas of common interest. The president has called for a complete approach that includes political, security, and development consideration to effectively deal with the ongoing situation in the Caribbean country.
I'm truly grateful that we have found time to share these few moments with you. Again, just to confirm to you the government of Kenya's readiness to work with you and the great people of Haiti in the matters that are of importance to Haiti as a people and the government of Haiti and to humanity.
Back home, people with hearing loss have decried pressing challenges when it comes to accessing their sexual and reproductive health rights. They now want the creation of specialized healthcare centers staffed by sign language trained personnel with a dedicated budget for the disabled community. Additionally, they have called for the renovation of the healthcare facilities to be disability friendly, data collection and disabled individuals benefiting from county healthcare and informed decisions making based on this data.
Today we are gathered here so that we can talk to our people in terms of the rights, the sexual and reproductive health rights of very young adolescents who are deaf. Because from what we have gathered from data, it shows that this particular group of people has been left out in terms of targeting by at the community level, at the parent level, and also at the government level. And we are here so that we can be able to sensitize the county and the country at large in terms of how we need their support in terms of very young adolescents be able to access their sexual and reproductive health rights.
I'm Charles. I'm deaf. Today, we as deaf people, we are here and we are giving our grievances to the government because the deaf people have been left out in the society, in school, in education. Most of us deaf people, we are suffering on sex and reproductive health issues. So most of us, we are not being taught on how to take care of ourselves.
We all need to learn sign language to make it easy for communication. Maybe the deaf children will fear to ask interpreters to come in because some issues are confidential. So they have to learn sign language generally, not only in Embu County, but in other counties as well.
Zen Robertson, a New Zealand national athlete, will remain in police custody in Iten, Uasin Gishu County for 5 more days after he was found in possession of an AK-47 rifle in his home at Mindiliwo area. He had been charged in possession of the rifle that had 23 bullets and attempted rape. The prosecutor in the case asked the court to grant him 5 more days for him to conclude investigations. The case will be mentioned on the 28th of this month. Now switching gears and away from the corridors of justice, Kirinyaga Central Member of Parliament Gitari Joseph Gashoka has dismissed reports that border on the wrangles in the Ministry of Water between the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome and her Principal Secretary. Gashoka saying there might be people fueling the differences between the two. However, the Member of Parliament revealed that landowners at the Karemenu Dam project have not been compensated, threatening to go to court over the matter. A lasting solution to the matter.
There's no division within the Kenya Kwanza government, and we discussed a number of things. Number one, there is a dam called Ka in Gatodo South, where the owner Karemeno, where the owners of pieces of land have never been compensated. And we were really pursuing why they should not be compensated, and they feel frustrated. They are even taking signatures to take the same government they voted in to court. And we agreed on how to pursue even with the CS and the PS Treasury so that we make sure these people are compensated. On the side of Kirinyaga, we also discussed about the Morateri project, how we do the last mile connectivity And we also discussed the issues on the tank that is leaking before even the project is completed. And they promised us the tank is situated at Gakoigo in Kirowea Ward. And they say that they are on it and they will be taking it up. Ukienda kwa ground unaona ground maneno ni tofauti kidogo. It was anticipated that within about 90 days, the government of Kenya Kwanza would reduce the food stuff. It has taken a little bit while because there was drought. We have so many deaths. But I want to have heard people saying that the UGA has gone down to 160. I've heard cooking gas has gone down, the 13 kgs gas cylinder you can fill with about 1,800, down from 2,900. Cooking oil has gone down, but I seek people to be a bit patient, and I assure you that Kenya Kwanza government will deliver to this country.
Now let us crunch some numbers here. As the Kenya Kwanza and Azimio bipartisan talks continue, the latest poll opinion by TIFA indicate that 48% of Kenyans support of the talks, with 13% of Kenyans strongly opposed to the talks. 48% of Kenyans believe that there is a high chance of the talks to succeed, while 21% think that they are unlikely to succeed, though not very certain. The survey on the state of Kenyan politics found that 45% of Kenyans strongly support the creation of the office of the official leader of the opposition, while 21% strongly oppose this move. On the other hand, a majority of Kenyans are opposed to the current office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary held by Musalia Mudavadi.